What up, everybody out there in podcast land? Thanks for tuning in yet again to another episode of Kane and Ross Present the Yeah, I Said It podcast. We are expressing with our full capabilities to anybody want us in correctional facilities. Brainchild of my child, I am the dad half of this operation. The one, the only, Ross Cooper, and always rocking with my tag team partner, co-host, the rocking with the best. Please introduce yourself to the folks.
Yeah, well, what's good, everybody? Everybody's watching. It's been a minute. If you're watching on any other platforms, please share with your friends, family, enemies, your pets, all that good stuff fly on the wall. If you're watching on YouTube, please share, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Because if you don't, you're gonna have a lot of leaves on your car.
See, that depends on where you at, though, man. Leaves here and down in Texas have not fallen yet. It's just green outside. But I do get your point. And first off, do want to apologize to the listeners and the watchers at home. Real life happens, man. I'm in school. He's doing his thing, so sometimes that precludes us being to do this. And I don't want to be an F student. I'm trying to make sure we get straight A's here. But we are back in full motherfucking phys ed, as Snoop Dogg once said, sometime way back in the '90s. Gonna play a little bit of catch up as per usual. We've said it before. I'll say it again. When we do have these unexpected little breaks, the world spins, I swear, at like 90 million miles faster than it always does. The stuff happens like, yo, did you hear that? Yo, did you see that? So we're not gonna get super heavy because we don't do the elitist celebrity worship thing too heavy around here. But a couple things we cannot escape talking about. But I'm gonna start at the top with good news. And proof that people I guess can see the errors in their ways. Your uncle and mine, Uncle Joe, has decided to pardon federal marijuana convictions. Now, while that's an awesome thing, one, I didn't know cats was catching Fed car charges for possession. Like, there's a difference between possession and I guess maybe possession with intent to distribute, which is the felony, which says, okay, you dealing it. Is like possession is I got this for personal use. Possession with intent to distribute is like, yo, I got this because I'm gonna be on the block with it. But if you got a Fed charge for weed or possession, good deal. Good deal. That's a good deal. Let's see here. An article I'm reading right from NPR. President announced this month an executive order to pardon federal simple marijuana possession charge for thousands of Americans. An important first step, advocates say, to reversing decades of uneven drug enforcement policy that historically burdened black communities. And I quote, sending people to prison for possessing marijuana has upended too many lives and incarcerated people for conduct that many states no longer prohibit. You don't say. Biden said in a statement last week. And while white, black, and brown people use marijuana at similar rates, we had no idea. Black and brown people have been arrested, prosecuted, and convicted at disproportionate rates. These are the long-term effects of the United States war on drugs, pioneered by the administration of disgraced former President Nixon, true, which purported to help rein in the interstate trade and use of illegal drugs. I have no problem with everything I've just read, everything I have no problem with that. Just one tiny issue that Biden seems to not really want to talk about. Fam helped that 94 crime bill. I'm happy you're righting your wrongs. You were on the wrong side of history before, but let's be all the way keep it all the way funky, my G. It wasn't just Nixon started it, but you was with the shit yourself. So just cop to that and be like, you know what? It's the elephant in the room. Like I'm not mad, and that's the idea. You're supposed to be able to look back and say, you know what? I was wrong. Be it the crime bill, be it whatever. You should be able to get older and look back and say, you know what? I was wrong about that thing. But that's the one little tip. Now I'm not mad. This is cool. Um, but that's one little tip being left out. But what you think, man? No more federal convictions for possessing weed.
See how long that lasts. But It's not right or wrong. It's just he trying to get, you know what I'm saying? It's around that
Exactly.
time where you gotta do good deeds to remind the public I'm a good person for election time and shit. But nah, okay. So part of means that's not on your record. You just everything's good, right?
Part of me that's gone, gone, never happened.
Well, it happened because depending on how long you're in there, that you're not getting back. But oh yeah, that's yeah. I don't really know what to say about that. Something else is gonna happen though. I don't really know. They
Nah,
gonna let you go for weed. They gonna get you something else, which is
I
crazy.
mean that's a no because look, okay, so now we got to play this game. The other way we can keep it all the way funky here is, like you said, and not even coded language, but didn't expound. States don't find it problematic anymore, i.e., the states are now making money off of it. And you could argue, I say arguing because I don't know the numbers, but you could argue the states are making a hell of a lot more money off selling weed legally than they are off locking up people for selling weed on the street. Because
Probably.
something tells me,
It's a
as
billion
much as I
dollar industry.
and as much as I want to say, hey, this is a morality moment. This is figuring out, hey, we were wrong all along. Everything sadly has a price behind it. And when you start looking at, because make no mistake about it, a lot of things are business. This country is a business. When you start looking at how much is it costing us to keep prisoners in jail over weed, not just monetarily, but like you mentioned, elections and public perception. How much is that costing us? Versus, well, shit is legal now. We making a billy. Let them out. So there's that part of it. But at the end of the day, I'm pro black. I'm pro black people, and this helps get rid of that. Like you said, everybody smoke weed. Black and brown people go to jail the most for it. Something wrong with that. We're gonna fix that.
Or not. I mean, let's not get twisted. We still need people in prison, and
It
those
just won't
people
be
still
police.
have to primarily be us. Or it's just gonna be something else.
Well, I will counter your for now statement only because you're right. It might be something different. Won't be weed. Another thing, there's an article in USA Today. American support by more than 2 to 1. Pardon those convicted of federal laws prohibiting possession of marijuana. And actually, even in states, by an equally lopsided margin, 68 to 30%, those surveyed support the governor of their state pardoning those convicted of marijuana possession in state courts. So it's not just on a federal level. Everybody, 68 to 30% are like, look, well, no matter what state I live in, get rid of it. I'm willing to bet I know which states had a problem with it. And I'm willing to bet I know what demographic. Listen, um, I feel like the Merovingian in the Matrix right now when he's talking to Neo and them. Like, go back and tell your truth, Sarah. Her time is up. That's like, listen, old white Republican guys, your time is up. We're not. This is not the '50s, and y'all having a real hard time with that. Real hard time with that. And I'm like, ooh, it must be. Is this a rough day when you see more and more stuff that you thought would never happen getting rolled back right in front of your face because we've kind of all gotten past it, and you're just stuck in 1950 whatever. But yeah, no one cares if someone smokes weed anymore. Well, wait, let me say it in your terms. No one cares if someone smokes pot. It's, it should have never been illegal to begin with. It's a plant. It has got hella medicinal uses. Like even if you don't get high, if you have anxiety, if you have depression, if you have pain, marijuana and its components work well for it. So sorry, old conservative like us. Um, we're people are gonna blaze up. and they're not hippies, and they're not communists, and they're not anti-government. It just might be.
Well, maybe the last part, but yeah.
You can't be anti-government and smoke. You can't smoke weed and say you're anti-government because the government is selling you weed now.
Yeah, but that wasn't always the case, and everyone still have a weed man, I guess.
But yeah, shout out to Uncle Joe. Encourage like at some point I don't have time. Well, I won't say I just haven't cared. But now it was like, listen, here's a plot twist that no one saw coming. It's only been 4 years, not 8. But I'm shocked no one started to make the argument: has Biden done more for Black people than Obama? Like we got loan forgiveness, we got this. We at least on the table have police reform, which is more than the crocodile tears. Like you start looking, like wait a minute, did the white guy do more for us than the black guy? Like that wasn't but how that was supposed to go.
I don't know. He's still trash, so I don't even pay attention to it.
Like
Everything else still
no,
sucks. So yeah, I don't know. He probably did, and that's not saying much. That's not.
yeah,
It's
but
not.
I'm just like that's not that now. If it comes out like the other plot twist is behind closed doors, he been kicking it with Obama and doing his bidding, some kind of weird puppeteer type stuff. Wow, that would be crazy. But yeah, this is kind of wild because I remember 8 years going by, and yes, we can, and the audacity of hope, and Trayvon could have been my son, and nothing happened, nothing. And now we have student loan forgiveness, and we have getting weed convictions going, and we have the George Floyd policing bill. Not sure how it went, but at least it's there. So there's stuff going. Like, wait a minute, what guy did that? Oh, come on, man, come on. I mean, you and I both know there's two pieces to this puzzle in the sense of look, you either want to you have those of us like us who want to break the system, and there's a lot more for better or worse that hey no, just get out and vote. You can bend the system to your will.
No, you can't.
And, I
So
mean, I it's I
no,
mean I'll put it to you like this. I think you can. It's going to take a hell
no,
of a
you
lot
can't.
longer.
No, you can't. Stop. But because if we have that mindset like that, we will forever be in chains. But no, I don't care. Congratulations, buddy. You're doing shit. It's not the goodness of your heart. It's just business as usual. Everyone does some great shit towards the end of the term for the party or for themselves. I don't care.
Well,
You don't. He like if he did this shit out the gate, then I'm like, okay, maybe we talking about something. But he didn't. Everything else fucking sucks. So it's like, no, the market is trash. We're about to hit another recession. Fucking a billion crabs just went missing. The climate is fucked up.
oh,
Fucking
whoa, whoa,
inflation. Like what the
don't just
nah,
don't
no,
just don't
I
just
don't
gloss over
care.
that. Don't just gloss over that. What are you talking about? A billion crabs went
Yeah,
missing? What did they
no,
get held
that'll be.
hostage?
I think it's Alaska or some. Is it Alaska or some Arctic or something where it's like snow crabs, like a billion of them just disappeared the face of the earth. They just disappeared. They're
What?
gone to the point that they said I think they canceled crab harvesting or whatever.
Oh,
They're
oh,
just
because
missing.
for those of us who eat steak, we don't care. But
I
we good
mean,
over
I'm
here.
not. I'm not talking about because I don't care. I haven't eaten crab in a minute, but I'm saying that's a problem if a whole species is just gone.
Hold up,
I'm thinking this of
hold up, man.
as an
Let
like
me
an
look this up
of
though.
I'm thinking this as an environment thing. Like I already know things are getting bad with the droughts and all the other shit and global and all that, but like I said, no
I'm
one
pulling an
talks about it, but
article.
we're in the middle of another mass extinction, which is going to be a major problem.
Whoa, hold on, Sam.
I'm surprised you didn't see that.
I don't eat crab. Like I don't eat seafood,
It
so
doesn't
it
matter
wouldn't.
if you eat it or not. I'm just saying that just the reason why it happened is a problem.
No, because I might have saw the headline and paid no attention because I thought it might have been a hoax and like and it don't really affect me.
That's not
But hold up, dog.
that will affect you. Like
Okay, they said experts fear likely causes include increased predation. So whatever eats them, it hasn't been checked. And stresses from warming water. Eh? No problem. I'm looking at this in real time. Scientists have been left perplexed after billions of crabs and crustaceans reportedly disappeared. What do you? I think that's the part I'm kind of blown away. Like, what do you mean disappeared? Like gone? Like they just
I don't
poof?
know. Either they travel somewhere else or motherfucker just died. I don't know. That's a lot of damn crabs.
Oh, okay. Hold on. Okay, now see, now we got a different story. Ben Daly, and I'm just reading this from Al Jazeera. Ben Daly, researcher with the Alaska Crab and Fish in Gaming Department, blah blah blah. Told U.S. media outlet CNN the snow crab population shrank from about 8 billion in 2018 to 1 billion in 2021. That's 7 billion crabs.
Oh,
Maryland and Boston. This is all your fault. Kidding.
I don't really care about the eating part. I'm just the environment part is concerned. If that was the reason.
Yo, this is wild. Okay, so increased predation is an easy fix though. If the thing eating the thing, like if whatever eats the crabs is growing out of control, then you kind of curb that. But let's see here. Um,
And then you might have another, like I said, it's probably still our fault. So either way, no matter how you slice it, it's our fault.
okay, we've seen warm conditions in the Bering Sea in the last couple of years. It's in response to the cold adapt. Okay, well that one, yeah. Okay, so that might have, like you said, probably has a little something to do with it. Apparently crabs need to live in cold water, so if you warm the water up, yeah,
Wonder why that's happening.
yeah. So you got things eating them, and you got warmer water, which is a problem. Okay, got it. That's wow. But don't poo poo on a parade, my man. Like I'm thinking about this on a small level. Look,
Who in the parade or what? I just gave you real shit that's happening. Like I
I'm
said, this is end of the term shit. They all do this.
okay. Well, this has real world implications. We are talking about because we said a long time ago, yeah, it's cool. Brothers can now get into the weed game legally. What about all the brothers sitting there for BS weed conventions? This is the start of undoing all of that. You have to start somewhere.
It's going to be something else. Like I said, are you telling me that, okay, all of a sudden we're not going to get over police and arrested for bullshit anymore?
Nah, that's a different animal, man.
Okay, then. So there
That's a
we
different
go.
animal,
There we
man.
go, then. Like I said, it's great that they're getting out, but something else is going to replace it. You just cut one head of the snakes. You just cut one snake's head off. 10 more about to grow back because they
Okay.
still need to fill them prisons, my guy. That's never going to change.
Okay, so here's the thing, right? If we're playing the long game, if we're playing the system game, if you get a federal conviction, I'm fairly sure it's going to be hella hard to get a legit job. It is also you probably cannot vote, right? You get rid of both of those things, and now you have someone that can get a legit job and can vote and get mofo's out of there. It's a long game. Is it taking a wrecking ball to the system? No. But as you well know, everybody don't want to take a wrecking ball to the system. That's you, that's me.
Wait. So your goal is okay, the job thing, that's great. So they can vote for the same two people?
Ideally not. That's what I said. We're
It's
playing
not
the
ideal.
long
Like,
game.
we're not doing ideas. We're doing reality. We're gonna vote for the same two people.
Well, shit, the other side of that coin is, look, if Republican laws put me in here and Democrat got me out, I'm probably gonna vote Democrat right off top.
And they're the same ones fucking. I mean, excuse me. They're the same ones doing you dirty too. They just have a smile on your face, and they're just disguising and saying we're not them.
Bro, I've had a couple conversations the last couple weeks. Look, well, a lot of people ain't there yet, man. And
Then we're
I
not going
know.
to. Okay, that's okay. Then that's my issue. This is why I said you keep saying okay, we can bend it. How are we going to bend something if people refuse to fucking bend? And you're too caught up in shit that you know is wrong, but you still gonna do it because it's comfortable. That's why the system will keep working, and that's why I said we'll forever be in chains because we're that's the definition of insanity. We're doing the same thing over and over. They get expecting a different result. It's not going to happen.
Well, progressive Democrats are not your same old world Democrats. The AOC, the Bernie Sanders, so there's a glimmer of hope there. It just takes a while.
Progressive Democrats. Okay.
You know,
Yeah, you have more faith
like
in them than
Matt,
I
like
do.
no, I don't. But it's something I have more faith that people will vote them before they ante up the stones to vote third party. Because it's to the point, and it's mind numbing to me when we've had these two parties since the damn near the beginning of time, right? And we still got a lot of the same complaints. And I'm not talking about black folk. I'm talking about all folk. We
Exactly.
still trying to pay our bills, get decent wages, so on and so forth. These things have been going on since I've been alive in the Reagan administration for sure, right? And instead of somebody having the what I would think the obvious idea, yo, choice A and choice B ain't never work. I need a choice C. Instead of arriving to that obvious conclusion, it took one of these choices to have a subset, and they still feel more comfortable voting there. Literally, the Democrats have the progressive within their party. Old world, old head Democrats want to shut them up, shut AOC up because she's too radical, and people will go there as opposed to a viable third party, which has nothing to do with either of these two. Oh, that's why I say it's going to take a while, and I don't get it because but that's I think that's the most disappointing part of this. And I know for me, when you have conversations with other folks, you understand that their baseline is so different, and while it's inherently nothing wrong with that, it's just there's a lot more people I'm finding who are okay with manipulating the system to their will than trying to break it.
Good luck with that.
That's my inherent issue, and it is increasingly frustrating because. But I've always said the hardest part about learning the truth is unlearning the lie, and there's so many deep, interconnected, interwoven lies. Like the first lie, you believe in capitalism. That's lie number one. Not you, of course. But if your baseline is shit is the way it is, people aren't working hard enough because they just haven't got their big break. Ah, da da da.
American
I'm
dream.
o-
I got
I'm over here like, you really think the goal of life is to work? You really think we have this beautiful planet, these animals, the sights that you can see, and you really think the purpose of life is working?
you.
And
Yeah.
see, when that's your start point, when that's my start point, it is almost impossible to have a conversation with someone who thinks you got to work harder. Bro, don't nobody want to work. That ain't nobody's. It's nobody's goal in life, or at least it shouldn't be. Trade time and labor for products. That's life.
That's survival.
Like we probably could have been on some Star Trek ish and going where boldly going no man has gone before if we can figure out, look, if we take steps for the betterment of man, amazing things could happen. But
No,
no,
it's about profit.
I need a Bentley. I need a Bentley. I need a platinum chain. I need gold teeth. I need stocks. Like, But you know, we gonna get we off the deep end. It's all on us, man. We spaced out. But nah, circling back to where we started, like so I we have to be mindful that everyone else's baseline is a little different. And it's like it does make for hard conversation sometimes. Because I'm they're arguing with inside the prism. It's like I always say with religion. Sometimes I can't have a conversation because they're arguing which God, Yahweh, blah blah blah. I'm arguing why a God at all, and we're not having the same conversation, so it makes it impossible. But yeah,
So I don't
but
well, yeah, with that I don't really care. Like I said,
yeah,
people want to believe what they want to believe in, but as long as they're not trying to force it on somebody or judge somebody off that shit, I really don't care. I respect what people believe. That's on you. But don't try to shame or shit or use it as an excuse or a weapon that has usually been used as now because times are changing and I see my Muslim sisters overseas standing up for their rights.
oh man,
So, and I know there's some grimy shit happening to them because of that in the name of Allah, but still, times is
I'm
changing. So
that that's the issue with taking time off. You touched on that. I do want to make it very clear. I'm not going to speak for you. I'll let you speak for yourself for that one. I absolutely stand with the women of Iran, and I think it's tragic what's going on there. I
me too.
hope you women get the justice you deserve, and it just shows the ugly side of certain of religion. Not certain, but the
It
ugly
does.
side of religion.
The
And I'm
big
like,
three all have skeletons in their closets. And the big three I'm referring to is Judaism, Christianity. Of course, Christianity probably had the most, and Islam. So none of them are perfect. That's why I said if it's used right, it can be beautiful. But it's
thank
usually
you.
used as control and as a weapon and an excuse and justification to do some evil ass shit. But if used right, so I have my own faith. Like I said, I agree and happy for my Muslim sisters over there standing up for themselves. Because it seems like out of the big three, like I said, women usually get the short end of the stick. Not all. I can't speak for all the other religions because I don't know, but at least the big three I do know. Thank you. Hey, they shit on y'all. But yeah, props to y'all, and I hope things change over there.
I mean, because you know, it's and I don't. It's not that I don't want to get into that. I want to get into it, but I don't have enough information, so I don't want to misspeak. But I will say this: the inherent issue I have with the big two, um, Islam, Christianity in general, is they are both painfully patriarchal, and as is honestly most societies. This country, founding fathers, the audacity of man to make God a guy. Like it's painfully patriarchal, and as you just stated, most women are on the bottom end of the stick. You know, all of these rules, all these ideals. Well, they only spoke to men, and I'm like, you mean to tell me in biblical times, ain't no, not an Ariel woman had anything to say? Like all 269,000 books in the Bible, not one of them written by a woman. Wow, seems a little weird to me. Just, just saying, seems a little weird. But yeah, we'll circle back to that maybe probably next week. Give a little more information because I don't want to misspeak on that. I will say the bitch that I do know that I have seen. Um, definitely standing with the women of Iran because that's mm, Sam Cooke. Change gonna come. A change gonna come. And suppressing women for centuries, yeah, that shit ain't gonna fly no more. And we are seeing. I mean, I guess it goes back to what you said, what you alluded to. I get your point. Sometimes you can't bend the system. You need to break it. And
You know, sometimes, yeah, yeah, you need to break this shit.
I mean, yeah, you know, this is a case of you know what, f your system. We're not taking it anymore, and that's
Right.
that. So
It's something they said on Game of Thrones, man, or Dragons. Fuck tradition. That's like for real. Fuck tradition.
straight like that, just fuck tradition.
Yeah, just fuck tradition. Like I said, if you're familiar with Game of Thrones, everything is like I said, is patriarchal, is tradition. Like men do this, women do that, or blah, 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 or whatever your tradition is. Fuck tradition. Make your own. Adapt. That's what's supposed to make humans humans and why we're quote unquote on the top of the food chain. Because the ability
And
to adapt. And we just lost the ability to adapt for whatever fucking reason. So yes, stop living in the past, live in the present, and everyone do what they want to do. It's not that
I
hard.
mean, yeah, I mean I hear that, and I think one of the most dangerous phrases in all of history is, well, this is the way we've always done it, and so many people are beholden to that,
Because it's
and
fear. You're
that's where
scared of
you get.
change.
I don't. That's part of it, but I don't
Big
think
part.
that's a big part. I think comfort is another part of it too. I mean, the way when we say what is the way we've always done it, usually it's coming from the people who benefit from the way it's always been done.
Well, yeah. Yeah.
You know, and then you layer in exactly what you just said, and because also you're scared of what's on the other side, and you know it's long since been theorized. That's one of the reasons um, white people in this country have such a hard time letting go because it's not just letting go. They don't think black people in particular and brown people want equality. They think we want revenge.
If
There's
that was the case,
fear
people
we're
like,
going to do to them what was done to us.
that would already happen.
You know, and there have been some, for lack of a better term, radical people who have definitely theorized certain things. But I'll be honest with you, I I don't have those issues because I understand at the core owning a person is wrong. So even if somehow I got zapped to a parallel universe tomorrow, right? Like somehow I tripped on Stormbreaker and opened the Bifrost, and I end up in a different dimension where everything was reversed and black folk enslaved white folks, I'm still gonna be like, yo, that shit is wrong. Yes, I'm enjoying doing absolutely nothing and have them do everything. I won't lie, but it's inherently
Okay, see, you
wrong.
just fucked up your own argument right there. That statement.
No, but because the thing is, the same way we say we can't have a class discussion because we're stuck in a racial discussion, the racial discussion also makes us not have to have the other ugly discussion, what people always try to bring up with the woman king, so on and so forth. Everybody owns slaves, dog.
Yeah,
It's just this was the most brutal, but it's not a totally hollow conversation. Be like, yo, everybody has slaves, my G.
everyone. Yeah.
So are we talking a racial thing or are we talking a human thing?
No, it's just like I said, there was differences in the slaves. I mean, a slave was still a slave, but they did say that American slave is the greatest human right violation ever. But yeah, I did. Everyone did own slaves, and that's directly a class thing for a lot, for most,
Right.
or a war thing if we're talking Africa. But
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, there's some money. Yeah, like I said, if there weren't any money in slaves, we wouldn't have slaves.
But
That's why I
you
say
get
it's a
that's
class. It's a money thing, and
right.
this is why a lot of people say money is the root of all evil. Because we'll do a lot of horrible things in the name of money.
And
You know,
that's funny too because that's so lazy. Truthfully, to quote directly, and I'm like, it's small, but it's nuanced, but it's huge. It's not money's the root of all evil. It's the love of money is the root of all evil.
well, yeah,
And
but if money didn't exist, well, I'm not saying bad things won't happen because it would, but would it be like this? Because, like I said, at least once we evolved from the apes and stuff and yada yada, and I guess became smarter and more civilized, and money and currency became a way of life. since that's basically the new survival, it's not about living in the caves and hunting and taking care of your kids and your tribe or whatever anymore. It's about doing certain services to get money to survive. Like I said, money is survival now. Since money is survival, you do whatever it takes to do it, to get it. And that's messed up.
Right. And I'm just like, yeah, but yeah, but we talking about we started there. Yeah, it's we've always done this the same way, and that's where the problem comes in. Is that fear of change, and in some instances, fear of revenge. And it's like, yeah, nah, we can't let that stop us. But yep. But shifting gears slightly. So, and I found this very interesting. Bennett Omalu, the doctor that was portrayed by Will Smith in the movie Concussion, the movie that NFL wanted to shut up real quick, right? Saw what happened to Tua and said Tua should not play another down. Period. Hang it up, walk away right now. And I'm like, whoa, this is, gosh, like you always say, NFL is apparently too big to fail. Actually, maybe not though. Maybe not though. Maybe not though.
Oh no, I forgot.
Bruh, Dan Snyder said he got the dirt.
You gonna end
He
up
got
missing.
the dirt.
Man, honestly, if that dirt is like NFL got an Epstein Island or something, or they just sacrificing babies or something, it ain't going to do nothing to the NFL, bro. If,
Nah,
if they just being
nah.
racist, we already know that. If they just being sexist, we already know that. If they assault women, we already know that. If they assault
So,
little boys, we probably know that. So it's like they have to have a fucking Epstein Island and sacrifice babies and do some other shit for the NFL to be hurting from this shit. I don't think that's what they're doing. So if you got dirt, you would have put it out already. You're just saying that shit so they don't fuck with you. Stop it.
I mean, yeah, Snyder's off the deep end, but he playing in some murky waters, dog. You start saying shit like I got dirt on Goodell and I got dirt on Jerry Jones. Jerry mother in Jones, dog.
So he's an old white rich dude. Of course he has dirt.
I mean,
We know this.
like he started. The only name you didn't say was Robert Kraft. You said You say them three names. It's like, oh, hold up, fam.
Okay, they'll get replaced, and the NFL's going to keep going.
Nah. This is. I want to know. I tell you we don't give a shit, but now I want to know. Now I want to know. Like, what could you possibly have on
Not
Jerry
enough.
Jones and Roger Goodell?
Okay, you going to hurt them, not the NFL.
Is Jerry Jones owner of the Cowboys, the richest team in sports, not named the
and
Yankees,
and they can get
and
another
Goodell?
one. Okay, Goodell is a commissioner that no one likes anyway, so who cares?
Bruh, if it comes out that certain shit didn't happen and Goodell let it ride,
It's gonna be a
ooh.
controversy. Everyone's gonna be fake upset until Sunday comes, and then by yo, let's go. We carpooling or what we doing? They're too big to. I just told you what has to happen for the NFL to be heard, bro. And I'm almost sure that's not going. At least I hope not. But yeah, if it's a real juicy dirt, he'd ever release that shit, or he might
I
be in the lake
mean,
somewhere. Either way, it's not happening.
I'm just like, yo, it's Snyder though. And his team has been under investigation. They found a whole toxic culture and everything else up there in DC. And that's the other issue. You got a whole toxic ass culture right there in the nation's capital. Anything else we need to know, sir? That's what I'm like. It's location. Look, if this is the Vikings, Minnesota. Who cares? Like, it's,
I
bro.
had Minnesota catching the straight. They didn't even do,
Like,
they didn't even do that, man.
this was Minnesota or Seattle. Like, who cares? Like, what you got? You did the owner of Starbucks did something. Who cares? The proximity alone to DC and politicians and a high level dirt that happens there. Oh, what you know, old Danny boy? I'm curious now. Because I don't think this might be Epstein. Wasn't just Epstein. He knew elites. He knew folks outside of the scope. So I'm like, yo, what you know, oh Danny boy? Because this ain't just gonna be Goodell and Jerry Jones. You up there where all the politicians at too. What else you got, fam? Help us out. I'm curious to know.
We'll never know.
Oh, I'm like the 9/11 truth. Just give us some time. Just give us some time.
Yeah, well, we're both dead. Okay, sure.
And I told you, no, not when we're both dead. When everyone connected to it is dead. I told you, 50 years. 50 years. Shifting gears. Okay, so for
You
any
live
first
another
timer,
50 years? All right, congratulations, my
for
guy.
any first time or newer listeners, we this is our conspiracy theory. Um, I do not subscribe to the notion that W and the boys sat and cooked up 9/11. I do think they might have turned a blind eye to some things that was presented to the table. Because again, it's just crazy. Like the notion that, like, again, I'm just using myself as an example. If someone's gonna be like, listen, press, they're gonna fly some buildings, they're gonna fly some planes in the buildings. Like, get out of my office. Shut up. Get out of my office. And lo and behold, oh shit, they flew some planes in the buildings. Now, the sinister part of me is like, okay, they probably got the intel, ran all possible scenarios, and kind of like, well, let's see what happens. I firmly believe there was no war room where they thought this whole shit up. No. But I do believe there was knowledge of. We will never find out who had knowledge of until a good 50, 60 years from
Well,
now when everyone's dead and no one can be
that's like I
prosecuted.
said, that's the bare minimum. Like I said, all the top execs didn't show up that day. Just all mysterious just took a day off at the same time. And the plane wasn't hot enough to melt the shit for the building to collapse. So clearly it was explosives on the bottom. So yeah, you know what? We ain't going through this whole conversation again. We already
No,
did
but
this.
I
But
will say it. For the sake of conspiracy theory, like,
it
look,
ain't conspiracy theory, true.
I
Come on.
mean, 50 years from now, 60 years from now, we're going to get some unclassified documents.
Well, I'll be watching from wherever the hell I'm at then, because I'm ain't gonna be here.
And the same thing, like, I'm curious. Oh, Danny boy, you over there in D.C. with a whole bunch of politicians, so on and so forth, my G. What else you got? Is this some NFL dirt or this some broader dirt? I'm just curious, my
I
guy.
doubt he'll know the bigger girl. Right.
Football has been proved. Football is bulletproof until just now.
It's still bulletproof.
We don't know what old Danny Boy's sitting on. That's why I'm like, depending on what he's sitting on, it might not be bulletproof.
Right. Okay, what all right, I want to know this. What has to be the dirt for you to think it's going to hurt or be a dent or cancel them? What do you think it has to be?
Okay, give an example. There has been a toxic sexist culture at the Commanders. I mean, let's remember, let's be all the way real with it. It took pretty much threatening him to lose his team to change the name from Redskins to Commanders, which is still a slap in the face because you went from Redskins to the people who bought them. But I mean, even people fucked up. But with that kind of dirt there, that kind of toxic culture there, it's a short fence from legit sexual assault being covered up by politicians. It's a legit short fence from that to, hey, maybe there's some young girls that got trafficked here. So yeah, it could get ugly.
So you're
All of these
saying
things are not that far apart, and I want to be wrong because now we're talking about the destruction of women's lives again. But if you are cool with sexual harassment, then it's not a leap to say, hey, there might have been sexual assault that you kind of tried to sweep under the rug.
but that's nothing new. So that's what I'm saying. So what that's not going to change the goalpost. It's not going to get people to stop watching. We already know about this shit. Shit, the players do that shit. We are some coaches do that shit. So what you think they gonna care that the fucking owner is doing that shit? No, they're not. That's why I said it has to be something. If you're gonna try to make God bleed, you need to come with the hardest, most deadly weapon ever to do it. And if your weapon is that, and I'm not trying to downplay say that's not something serious because it is, but I'm saying most people already know. A lot of people in the media know shit goes on like this. They just don't talk about it because they can't. So it's like that's a little fucking BB gun to God, bro. What's a BB gun gonna do to God, bro? You need
All
something
right,
crazy.
all
I
right,
say you
Thanos.
need Epstein and baby sacrificing and stuff like that, man, on steroids. And then I'll think it'll be like a dent.
All that for a drop of blood, huh, Thanos?
Yep. Yo, if Goodell says, yo, that's the greatest comeback ever. You know, I see you on Sunday, motherfuckers.
Nah, I just want to know what the die. That's why I just want what the dirt is. That's all I want to know. Like,
I mean, I want
okay,
to know, but I know I ain't gonna do nothing. That's what I'm saying.
like I said, depending on what it is. Short, then like I said, location plays a part. Yeah, we were, like I said, we were in Minnesota. Like, whatever, dog.
How's
we in
Minnesota
D,
catching strays, man? Sorry to
we
all
in
my people
DC,
out Minnesota, man. He just ain't.
we in DC, we in DC, and it is a cesspool, boy. Oof, you got some senator in some commander's office doing ungodly things. Yeah. And they talking about he had private investigators following Goodell. Like, we kidding. Wow. Mike,
Uh,
this was where we started.
man, he's like, I'll put cases on all you bitches, man. You gonna do this to me? That's what he doing. He said, if I'm going down, I'm taking y'all with me. But good luck with that.
Program. Yo, wait, okay. This is not where this was supposed to go. The doctor that was kind of tried that the NFL tried to silence. Bennett Omalu saw what happened to Tua, saw him pretty much down there on the ground throwing up gang signs, and like was like, "Yo, quit today, not tomorrow, today."
Not gonna happen.
And that's just sad. Like we were literally watching brain damage in real time. Like when your head slaps the turf so hard, you get up, try to run, and stumble, you're not okay. You're not okay. And then 4 days later, that wasn't even that hard of a hit. It didn't look that hard to me.
Get
And
the
you
back of
want
his
to
head.
again, it was harder on Sunday than it was on Thursday.
But
The
turf,
Thursday it didn't look that bad, and you still like it looked like somebody hit the hard reset on your body. What yo, why? What?
no, because you did the damn hand signs. That's what got me, man. You can't be doing that.
No,
But
it's like somebody hit like the hard reset. And you just like that is
it's like a
that,
glitch. That's what it looked like. A glitch in the matrix right there, boy.
and
But
I'm like, fam, the doctor who found CTE, who figured out, yo, you're literally playing with your brain, is like, hang it the fuck up now.
it's
It's
football.
not worth your brain when hang it the fuck up now.
That's the thing, though. I'm talking to people. I've heard, as I was talking to somebody yesterday, he's like, well, we seen hits like that all the time, and they all right. Like we seen Antonio Brown get hit worse a couple years ago. He came back, played another couple years, and then my
True.
comeback was like, yeah, look at this now.
Oh right, bro. What's perfect?
It's something not right. He was like, yep, well, I don't play football. Yeah, you damn right. I play football. I know there's some shit that happened that's going on. So no, I
Listen,
know. Nah,
Bonter's Burfict put that kid's head in a blender. Like he like scrambled his brain waves,
he
and
ain't
he ain't
never been the
been
same after that. I know they say
right.
he was producing on the football field, but mentally he just I don't know. It's
Like the
I
fact
would
that
be
you're gonna
shocked.
troll Tom Brady with a picture of you and his wife, like, bro, that's you
And
ain't.
then you're whipping out your piece at the pool or like yeah, it's I will be shocked whenever he passes if he ain't got a record level CT or something.
Okay, so I'm just checking. I'm just saying, like, what if $30 million contract, $19 million signing bonus, and that can't be right. That can't be right. But if it is right, you have no reason, none, zero, none. Walk away.
What can't be right?
He's telling me Tua has 30 mil, and I'm like, he can't have 30 mil.
Think he has more?
No, he can't be. I'm thinking nowhere near that. No,
What
not
time?
current contract. Um, 350. Yeah, it's not. It's not telling me. Tua Tagovailoa. I don't know why this is so hard. I'm just trying to see what his career earnings is. But I'm trying to see if there's enough bread to be like, you know what, hang this up, or are you literally like putting your head and your livelihood in jeopardy? Okay, Tua paid. His current contract is 7.5 mil. So yeah, he can walk away. It was a 4 year, $30 million deal, 19 and a half guaranteed. 17.5 million, walk away.
In Florida, so that's more money. No state income tax.
I mean, even after taxes, that's gonna be like 10 mil, something like that, maybe.
It might be
Walk
more
away.
than that. He's in Florida.
True, 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 true. But I'm being generous here. I'm being, worst case scenario. 10 mil, walk away. It's not worth your brain.
It's football.
And the sad reality is I know exactly what you're saying.
I know.
That's the sad reality. I know exactly what you're saying.
We're trained to do that. Trust me. From being in it to watch it. You're a competitor. This is football. This is man's sport. You get your bell rung. Come back.
And here's the sad reality. I grew up loving football. I grew up, I
You was
loved
watching people
watching.
get decapitated. That's crazy.
Yeah, bro. Ronnie Lott, Chuck Cecil, John Lynch hits was like, you get your soul getting that disconnected from your head. But I love and it is the ultimate team sport. I haven't even played it. I'm just, from just watching it to get 11 people all on the same page. When you watch a play executed perfectly, like not even the talent part, not even a Mike Vick, uh, what's your man's name? I can't even think of the quarterback of the Ravens.
Lamar Jackson.
What did you say?
Lamar Jackson.
He's not even, Lamar Jackson dipping out three people and making a 20-yard run. Like just a perfectly executed play with a great throw. It's beautiful. It's like watching a 4-on-1 or 3-on-1 play from the Warriors. It's beautiful. But the problem is when Draymond throws an alley and it's dunked, nobody's hurt. But in football, somebody probably took a little bit of a hurt there, no matter what. Like unless you're an old lineman, odds are your brain's gonna get scrambled. But that's about the only position I can think of. Like you're not taking that every time. But it's just seven. I'd walk away. If the foremost person in the nation, in the world said, "Brother, what I just saw, you on the fast track to drooling when you talk in the next 10 years. You on the fast track. Walk away now." I'm checking my bank account. 19 million guaranteed. Thank y'all for coming out. God bless you. Good night. Ain't no way.
Ain't gonna happen.
And that's the scary part. And I wonder how this story ends. Now I will say this. And maybe the thing that no one wants to say out loud is there is no safe way to play tackle football.
There is.
Well, unlike when you played, they have started with the youth. They teach the proper way to tackle.
Bro, that shit does not work. From speaking to experience, from playing, from Power Water all the way to high school, that shit does not work. Because you've said it, and I've experienced it, and this is probably how I got a concussion. I definitely got a stinger before. When you're going to initiate contact, what is your first instinct to do when you brace for impact? Drop your head. It's just instinct.
Well, if you're teaching defenders to what they dealt this back when you were playing now. You wrap the legs. You go low and wrap the legs. The bottom line is you can't run me over with your kneecaps per se. If I stop your
Yeah,
leg
but
movement,
the
you're done.
running, yeah, but the what did you say? What did most coaches say? The lower man wins. The running backs not they never teach running backs to run high. You have to run low. And
Right.
depending how short you are, which for the most part running backs are, if they run low and then they drop their head to lower their shoulder, what you think you're going to do? It's inevitable. You're going to have you're going to have head-to-head collisions, or um, whatever, knee, whatever. Like it's just
Right.
inevitable, bro.
Let's say the new helmets are like super padded. Like they changed everything. But
Uh,
again, it's
I mean, you just saw what happened to it with the super helmet, and he's a quarterback, so you know their shit is extra protected. So if my man's throwing up gang signs and shit like you said, off a super duper helmet, like I said, unless y'all got some liquid adamantium or some shit, I
oh
don't
my
think it's
god.
gonna happen. Or some
Mm.
vibranium, to absorb all that shit. So you feel nothing. It's not gonna happen, man. If you're truly trying to protect people, we'll just play flag football. Bro. That's
Yeah,
not
that was
gonna
gonna right. Yeah. All right. I that's enough money for me to walk away. I'm good.
happen. 19
19
million?
million.
Yeah, that's
19 mil guaranteed, even after taxes. All right, you know what? It's been fun, guys. I'll go
yeah,
coach.
yeah,
But
exactly, coach. Yeah, it's something.
right, because I'm like, nah, I'm not.
Well,
Like I
that's
said, I'm
kind
not
of
trying to be G.
well, actually, that's kind of messed up to be a coach. So you would quit, but you kind of telling them, yeah, put your body on the line.
I'm
That's
just trying to. I'm just trying to figure out though, dog, and I'm trying to put myself in that position because when we didn't know what we know now when you were playing, but hypothetically speaking, right? If that were you, I'm getting on the phone. I'm getting on the phone immediately, like, please stop. And I know that wouldn't be an easy thing, but as a father, I'm getting on the phone, like, please stop. And I'm amazed at how many people, all throughout my timeline, their sons are playing football, so on and so forth, and that's awesome. And again, I love the athleticism of it, and it was my favorite sport. But when you start really looking at what we're doing, what we're sending our sons off to do, like it is a sacrifice of body and mind,
yeah.
almost like no other.
I
Like
see. Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, say what you will about Mayweather and his lack of knockout power, but him being the greatest defensive fighter ever lived means right now Mayweather's brain is not scrambled. He didn't take the punishment Ali did. Because like, yeah, he wasn't a knockout artist like Tyson, like Roy. Luckily, as far as I can tell, Roy's okay. Because he took at the end of his career, he took a
Oh yeah,
couple just woof,
he
woof,
wasn't in his prime though, so I
which makes it worse. Like that makes it worse. Like you sometimes and I get you have to save people from themselves sometimes. But ain't no way I like we're sending our sons off to sacrifice body and mind, and for what?
millions of dollars.
I, somewhat. And then there's the other part of that. Like, what is Tom Brady playing for? You don't need the money. You don't need
He ain't doing it for his
if
family.
if Tampa wins again, okay, now you have 8. Like what do you?
He's
So
obsessed. That's a definition of someone who's literally obsessed with something or has an addiction. I think football gives him a type of high that his family, unfortunately, or whatever outside of football can't give him. Because
well,
remember,
that's
he did
speculative.
retire. He keeps
For like a week.
like what 3 months or 1 month and say, "Yeah, fuck this shit, I'm coming back." Oh hell no! And I'm pretty sure that's a big reason why that whole split happened. But
I mean, I thought that was a rumor.
no, it's not a woman. They're done. That's facts. So yeah, it's just um, like I said, it's not like I said. Since I played, it was a long time ago. Like I said, it is fun to play, especially with a team that makes, like I said, it's not the equivalent of war, but in a it is the last of the gladiator sport. You get in that huddle, all those players, all the other kids or whatever, and all in the elements because you're playing outside for the most part. I mean,
Hmm.
it brings a bond and friendships that could probably last a lifetime. But at the end of the day, it's not worth it. Saying I had enough injuries from it, it's not worth it. And probably something that I still don't know about because, like I said, old enough to be. I played there where concussions wasn't a thing until probably high school. So yeah, not worth it.
And, man, it's just hard, man, because I know people whose sons are in football and they love it and so on and so forth. And it's a beautiful sport to see, but it the risks, man, you
Play
gotta weigh that
flag.
out.
Flag is fine.
Flag doesn't get you scholarships. Flag doesn't get you endorsement deals.
See, well, then you're doing it for the money. And like I said, is how much is your health worth?
Apparently, not apparently more than 10. Apparently more than 19 million, according to her. Barely more than 19 million. Okay, so last heavy thing here. Boy, oh boy.
Wanye.
Uh, yeah, Donda's son. Boy, oh boy. He is really pushing the boundaries of what is possible and what does it take to cancel somebody. Because I don't know, it's just box after box being checked off of people he's pissing off.
He's getting
And now you talking about you going DEFCON 3 on the Jewish people? Dog.
You hear
Like,
what he said about George Floyd?
oh, some not. But to me, like I always said this, to me, is no, he was seen with Candace Owens, the White Lives Matter shirt, blah, blah. That's not a that really wasn't shocking to me, though,
Yeah,
honestly.
well, yeah, but
Because, like I said, I'm sorry. I just don't believe Candace Owens believes her own bullshit.
she might.
There, I don't, because as long as there's money in being the black contrarian, Jason
So the
Whitlock.
pygmy, so the black pygmy, that's what you say?
Yeah,
No.
just as long as there's always going to be a position for a black person who spouts off conservative white ideals. Jason Whitlock. Now, to his credit, and this is the part that's scary, Jason Whitlock actually is a good writer. But in Candace Owens' case, you're literally not known for any. What is your talent exactly? You exist because you're the dark skinned black girl with a quote unquote, and this is not offensive, but this works. You're a dark skinned black girl with a quote unquote white girl body, married to a white guy, spouting off white ideology. That's perfect. You're the perfect tool. What else do you actually do? And it's so good. It works so well. It's so attractive and enticing that we haven't even heard from Tommy Lauren in ages.
Hmm?
Tommy Lauren, yeah, exactly. Huh? Tommy Lauren shared, in the same existence space as Candace. The key difference was Tommy was the old white boy fantasy. Leggy, thin, blonde hair, blue eyes, spouting off the exact same nonsense. Her and Charlamagne got into it numerous times. We ain't seen or heard from Tommy Lauren in ages,
Didn't
but
she get
Candace is
fired or
still
some
there.
shit? I don't remember. I don't remember. I don't pay attention to this stuff. I think
Right.
something happened. That's why that's the reason.
But Candace Owens still here. Still here. And it's like, I don't believe she believes a good chunk of the
I
bullshit
don't
she
give a
says.
fuck if she does or not.
Well, see,
It's still a problem.
it is what it isn't, because it's like it's a problem if certain people believe the bullshit she spouts.
She's not the only one of her kind. I've seen a lot more motherfuckers like that.
Well, see, I see a lot more. See, my problem is I see a lot more ashy black men being ashy, and
I'm
but yeah,
saying both. I've seen both sides of it.
okay.
Ashy Negroes as a whole.
Get the shade butter.
It ain't black
Get
man.
the
It's ashy Negroes as a whole.
get the shea butter. But the study pulled with Candace and the White Lives Matter. That was be. It's just look.
That
I
didn't really
think
bother me. Yeah, it is.
collectively, um, Since we cannot, the black delegations, we cannot seem to get him help, then we need to get ourselves going.
Nope.
Dear black media outlets, you don't need the traction, you don't need the clicks, the likes. If you are black, stop interviewing this dude.
Right.
Stop. Because
I
I'm
mean,
like, I promise you, if Kanye called us tomorrow and was like, I want to be a guest on the show, I'm probably not going to do it.
okay, you said why you say you just say no.
Because I'm being honest. I'm not going to sit here and say, I'm not going to lie to you and say, I'm not going to think about it.
I'm saying no. There you go. I'm not thinking about it. No. There you go. Or you gonna add that shit without one or two. but, but no, we not. I'm not doing. No, I don't. No.
Because listen, hold up. And here's where it gets
I would
interesting.
rather interview a freaking like you said, a KKK dude than him, because at least I
And
can learn something.
that was my point. Because basically Kanye is crossing over slowly but surely into Candace Owens land. And we've always said, look, I want somebody from the other side of the tracks.
But they're not. See, you. Those are the henchmen. I want the boss. I said I don't talk to middlemen. I want the boss. So yeah, I'm like I said, as big as Kanye and Candace are, they're middlemen to this shit. I want to go to the source. So if I'm going down that rabbit hole, seeing the extreme of the other side, I will want
Mm,
the actual other side, not the
okay.
henchman. So yeah, if Candace or Kanye for whatever reason sees this little ass show, then and be like, "Yo, we gotta be on." I'm just hanging up the phone. We not doing this. Go get your boss, and then we'll talk.
Okay. Because I'm like, because I'm like, there are legitimate questions, bro. Why would you? The problem is the source, and I'm like, I don't think I'm going to get a real answer. But as a black man, what would possess you to put on a MAGA hat and ride Trump's Woody Woodpecker as hard as you did? Help me understand
Oh,
something. As a father, why are you letting all of this play out in public with your kids? Help me understand.
I don't know. There's a whole lot of bad
Especially
decisions.
with all your resources. Like you're not the broke dad fighting the mom in a big bad system. You got bread. So what's really good?
I don't know. I don't think I want somebody like Pete Davidson around my kids either.
What was it like? The only thing that's happened recently that makes any sense is throwing shots at Pete Davidson and City of Gods. Like I get it. You salty. You know what I mean? Y'all had a little back and forth. I'm
Yeah,
an artist.
but that's still weird though. Like the Pete Davidson thing is he's that part I kind of get with him. Everything else he lost.
But I'm like, the sad thing is, City of God is a great New York anthem right up until that part. Like, really, dog, we don't really need you. I didn't need, you got 100 goons pulling up the SNL. Like, it's okay. Not to mention, you actually ain't about that life, Kanye. Like, you actually ain't about that life. So you just talking shit to talk shit. But it's like I said, there are legit questions to ask of dude. It's just I don't think we're going to get a real answer because I'm not 100% sure he's all there.
I don't care. You know, somebody's at the show and they just telling horrible jokes, doing something bad. Take away his microphone, man. That's what you're gonna hear. That's what we need to do to him. Stop giving him a microphone.
At least us, because let's be real. If it bleeds, it leads, and white media loves this shit, and they're gonna
Oh
continue to put
yeah,
a mic in
like I
his
said,
face.
I
But
expected once he did an interview with Tucker and all them other folks,
oh
I was like,
god,
okay, yeah, it's over with. At that time, like, okay, he about to say the most crazy shit possible. You did an interview with him. They are them motherfuckers is looking at the chops that this dude showed up. Like, yes,
right, right.
you get to
So
spit
there's
our
that.
rhetoric, and they'll blame you and not us. But
Yeah.
nah, just
So now, but I mean, we've been saying this for years, though, brother. I hope you get some help because the problem is this is not the 80s and 90s. All of this is playing out in public. You are as a black father, you have kids, and this is ugly, and kids don't stay kids forever. So how do you explain this 10 years from now? Well, I was mad at your mom, so like it's just ugly, man. That's just ugly.
It was just bad
And
decision overall. Shouldn't have had. You should have came in. You knew who you had kids with, my guy. And then it just after that it's just a big downfall. But guess what though? He's uncancelable because you still see his fans say, I don't agree with what he said, but I fuck with his music though. He made graduation. So it's ain't nothing gonna change, my boy.
that's terrible.
Like I said,
But all
we
right,
still got people listen to R. Kelly, so ain't you can't do nothing bad, bro. You can't.
that's terrible. All right, so let's the fun and lighter stuff. The NBA is about to be back. I can watch the NBA happily. I might admit. Okay, so my predictions are predicated on health. Sadly I might have to change my predictions anyway though. Is so my thought process is this. Eastern Conference Finals, I got Philly and Brooklyn, and God, that I hope that happens, if for no other reason than the fans, because Philly fans is wild, but you gotta come into Brooklyn.
I see
That
that
is
in the
gonna be.
second round. Second round, because it's gonna be Milwaukee and one of those teams you just said.
I mean, just for the fans alone, dog. The fights. Oh, hopefully, it won't be any fights, but the crazy fan, like you, Philly fans is nuts as is, and y'all gotta come to Brooklyn. Oh, that's gonna be
Oh,
wild.
I thought you were just saying that because of Ben versus his old team.
And that part, that's just layers to the story, sir. Because Philly fans is grimy. I'm sure they're gonna come up with some creative way to boo the shit out of Ben Simmons when he goes back to Philly. Oh, that's just story after storyline. But Embiid is on a mission because he's still pissed off they go to gave the MVP to Jokic. Harden is on a mission because he's like, yo, fuck it. I don't care about what I get paid. Go get who you need to get. Let's get this money. You know what I mean? Let's go get it. Maxi is trying to ball out like he a legit second scorer. That roster's looking good. Doc is the coach. Let's go. Stop, yo. Stop, yo.
That just
Stop, yo.
reminded me of something about Doc, man. That's funny.
Stop, yo. And in BK, come on, dog. Kyrie and KD alone is a problem. Like, you don't have a
Yeah,
better
a
scoring
problem
team than.
last year. We saw what happened. Got
Okay, so
clamped.
you got Kyrie with no vaccine bullshit going on. You got KD being KD, and you just added Ben Simmons, first team all defense, and he in his right frame of mind, and they don't care if he take 20 shots or none.
That's gonna
Yeah,
be a problem in the
that's gonna
playoffs.
be.
That's gonna
They
be a
got
problem.
they got a bench. They got a bench, and we
But
just saw
that
what
was
he
the problem
did.
in Philly. That's what. Okay.
Philly, he was legit part of the 1-2 punch. He was expected and needed to score. He don't need to score here. You got two 50-point scores next to you, dog. We good.
I can
Just go
hack a
lock.
building. We can just
Just
hack
go.
you and go
Just
to
go
the free
lock
throw
him up.
line.
Okay, if it's a close game, but and we saw him put the clamps on Giannis in preseason.
That's preseason.
That's Giannis. You ain't
It's
supposed to put the clamps
preseason.
on at no time.
It's,
Okay.
it's, it's preseason, dog. If this was the
Now you
playoffs,
can't. Now
we're
you
not
can't leave
going.
him in the paint by himself because he's gonna get sunned. But ain't no way I'm looking at those rosters and saying, yeah, Milwaukee. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Western Conference. I got the hallway series, but I might have to modify it. Hallway series right now. I still got the Clippers because on paper, listen, you
That's
got the
paper.
claw. You got the claw. You got Paul George. Now you add John Wall, the Great Wall. What?
On
That's
paper, they were
gonna
better
be.
a couple years ago, and they didn't do shit. So, like, no. And
That's it.
Lakers is oh Lord, that.
And that's what I said. I might have to change my pick because
Told you.
this whole Russ coming off the once the reports got they talking about Russ coming off the bench. All right, we're done here.
It's a
I'm not
wrap.
now. I'm not even convinced Russ is gonna make the season as a Laker.
He's not. The season. He might make the season. The season's tomorrow, but
I
I
mean,
doubt he. I
trade bait,
think
but
both
trade
trade.
bait to
Yeah,
where?
I think the trade by the trade deadline, he gonna be gone somewhere.
Russ coming off the bench? You mean a walking triple double, first ballot Hall of Famer? Yo, could you come on the bench for us?
I
Yeah,
mean, but they got like 5,000 point guards, so yeah, he could.
that's just
Lakers is
this
just
ain't going.
this is he
This
just
ain't like
ass.
asking. This ain't like asking Melo to come off the bench.
We
This
ass
is
man.
this
Lakers
is not like
ass.
asking.
Lakers ass.
Well, LeBron's gonna pass Kareem.
That's the only highlight of the season.
But Anthony Davis looking like a problem in preseason again.
He got hurt
Um,
again, I think. Or somebody did. Or he
no,
tweaked
I was
something. I
gonna
hope he
say,
good.
hey, he's looking like a problem again. And my sleeper pick in the West is New Orleans. You got two crazy dookies down there, Zion and Bi. Now you got McCollum. Yeah, I got New Orleans making the 8, maybe the 7 after the play-in. We'll see. That's my sleeper pick. Sleeper pick in the East, Orlando. Banchero was looking like he did back in Duke. It's a problem. I got them getting
Nah,
the
they
8
tanked.
seed. There's no reason to take. Okay.
Victor.
Because I'm like,
Everyone. If you know you ain't bro, Victor. That's why we take him.
okay, we'll see. But Banchero was looking like the problem we knew he was going to be. So yeah, the rookie of the year, Banchero. Your pick, sir.
Eastern is either Milwaukee and either Miami rematch from the bubble.
Wow.
Or substitute Miami for, I guess you can say, Brooklyn. I don't trust him. It's as much as I love Kyrie, but because their coach is dog shit. But
I will say this. I don't trust him in a close game. I don't trust Steve Nash in a close game.
every game's going to be close to playoffs, my guy, especially in the second round and on. In the West, I honestly, this is a hot take. I got Denver and Golden State. Yeah, yeah,
That's your Western Conference final.
yeah,
Denver and Golden State.
yeah. Gotta think about it. Well,
Wow.
Golden State, I don't know if you've been watching, but you want to talk about loaded? They are loaded. I know they got some issues going on because you know the the tiger punch. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh, he hit something like
But
Deontay
they look
Wilder.
professional. Paul looks nasty. Like Kaminga, their young core mixed with the old heads. And
You
Wiseman
talk.
is back, and he looking nasty. Okay, like I said,
And
as
if you
long as he can
get
stay healthy, because now
if
they
you
have
get
a true
Clay,
big
yeah, if
that
you get
can.
Clay being Clay, I can
And
see that being a
Clay's
problem.
coming back with a full season after missing 2 years. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Golden State's gonna be like I said, they could definitely repeat if they wanted to, as long as they stay healthy. And Denver's my sleeper pick because yeah, I gotta remember when they were all healthy, they were in the Western Conference Finals.
Yeah, Jamal Murray.
Jamal
Jamal
Murray
Murray.
is Jamal Murray's looking good. Michael Porter Jr. You know Jokic is MVP, so you know what he gonna do. So it's like, yeah, I
Shouldn't be,
think
but
Denver
is.
could make some noise and get back to the Western Conference Finals if they stay healthy too. But all
Okay.
this is attention on health because you know.
Right. Always healthy. Always healthy. Okay, I can get that. And then on the entertainment side of things, I'm
Oh,
going to check out the last Halloween tonight. Can't wait to check that out. And looking forward to Black Adam. That's gonna be good, or at least decent. At least decent. My concern is based on the trailer. The special effects are. I'm not blown away, and I'm like, why am I not blown away? It's 2022. You should have dope. That's the one thing you should always have is dope. That's special effects. Like why am I not blown away? This should not look like so. So but you and I had a conversation off mic, and I'm like, it still does 600 million worldwide. So I still think it has 6 or 700 just on the rock, based on the rock alone.
I said it would.
So
Yeah, no, you said it would do like 750, or 700. I don't think it will.
yeah.
I think it's gonna do whatever Hobbs and Shaw did, or maybe a little bit better, which I think was 650 or something like that. I don't know, or
Okay.
7.
Oh, and did you get a chance to watch Hellraiser yet?
No, I did not. I was watching
Uh,
She-Hulk and that piece of shit. But yeah,
so why? Because I haven't watched She-Hulk just because I don't like the whole waiting thing. So I'm gonna binge watch it.
it's
Why
over
did you
now.
have a? Yeah, I'm gonna start watching it. But why did you have an issue with She-Hulk?
It's dog shit. It's the worst Marvel show at all.
Says the person who didn't finish. You didn't even watch Moon Knight though.
Yeah, but I've heard that the Moon Knight was straight, so I'm not worried about that. But
Mm.
all the ones I've seen, that's the only one I haven't seen. The greatest highlight of She-Hulk was the when Daredevil popped up, which they kept teasing till the second to last episode, and then the finale was the most trolling shit ever. It was funny. I give him that, breaking the fourth or fifth wall. That's funny. It was dog shit.
Did Daredevil pop up or did Matt Murdock pop up?
They're both.
Oh, okay.
He's
Because you
wearing
know
a
we
mustard
got.
suit. He had the mustard yellow suit instead of just the red one.
I'm not seeing. Okay. All right.
But
I mean,
the
so what was it? What help me out? I haven't seen it. Was the writing a problem? Plot the problem?
writing, the
CG?
villain, the plot, the CG, all that shit was trash. It had some funny moments. It did. Like I said, the person that played She-Hulk, she's kind of funny. But other than that, it was dog shit. And the ending was dog shit.
Jeez. Well, I did watch the new Hellraiser. Nah, but it's a three if you've never seen the first ones. It's 2.75 if you've seen the first ones. We talked about that. It stayed true to the source material. I just didn't find the Cenobites. The switch to Pinhead being a girl, being a woman, was not as drastic. I just wasn't as it wasn't as unnerving as when you first saw Pinhead, you know. So for a generation of folks out there that have never seen the first Hellraiser, watch this one. I say this is going to be a three. It's just not as scary as the original Clive Barker Hellraiser. Like when you saw the smoke and the lights and oh shit, yeah, you knew the chains was coming, the Pinhead was coming. It was like oh shit.
And
Now they
that voice.
yeah, it did that was iconic. Now they did run it into the ground. I think it's like eight other Hellraisers that I was not aware of. There's like eight of them, and I'm like, okay, you got away from it. But
Yeah, the first two was great.
the
But
first
once they
two was
start
great.
changing, like I said, there's certain actors, especially for horror movie villains, you can't replace. Like you can't replace the original Freddy Krueger. He's always been.
Actually, you could. You did.
Oh,
It's okay. So let me. Do you remember the movie The Watchmen?
yes, I know what you're talking. You talking about the
The cat
remake,
that played
the new one.
Rorschach.
You're
Yes,
not talking
he
about
actually did
Wes.
a great job.
You're not talking.
He
Was
did a
that Wes
great job.
Craven's Nightmare Elves? No, that was just a new one. I don't remember. But no, he
Bruh.
tried too hard to be. Because like I said, the original Freddy, what made Freddy so great was that he was terrifying, but he also had like comedic relief. The newer one was just straight serious, and that's not really Freddy Krueger.
Okay. I don't think we got comedic Freddy until we got past the second one, but I see your point. But
No,
if
I'm
there's
saying the
anyone,
first one he was more serious, but the second one it was like a perfect balance.
I actually have to go back and watch the second one. I haven't seen that one in years. But the
That
actor
was
that
good
played
ones.
Rorschach, the actor that played Rorschach in Watchmen, yeah, if there's anyone who's going to play Freddy Krueger, it worked well. It worked well.
Yeah,
Somehow the
but
movie ended up still
they
being
made
trash,
him a
but it worked
huge
well.
pedophile though.
That's kind of what Freddy was. But yeah, but yeah, Hellraiser is worth the watch. Um, I'm glad they didn't do a theater release because I'm sure it would have tanked, but it's definitely worth it on Hulu. Blade is now not filming. That is a problem.
Told you.
Yeah, it's a problem now. It's a problem now. I'm hoping they get that all the way together because don't fail us on this one, bro. We somehow they didn't convince Hugh Jackman to be Wolverine again. So it's good stuff coming down the pipe. Marvel, don't f this up. Don't f this up.
We'll
But the
see.
whole calendar, I don't know if you see the whole calendar's now been moved back. If you pull up the Marvel calendar, everything's been pushed back.
I said that. I told you. I said everything is getting delayed because of this.
Oh
Which
wow.
might be a good thing because they might be able to work out licensing issues for the X-Men and Fantastic Four by then. So it
Yeah, that's
could
what
be a
we're all waiting
blessing in
for.
disguise.
I mean, you still have a villain problem, but we'll figure it out.
No, you
You do
don't.
what you do what you don't, because
You got
you
Doom
know
and you got Kang.
you got to do Doom right. I
Well,
mean,
you
you're
have to.
right. If there's anyone that can rival Thanos,
It's Doom.
it's Doom. You gotta do Doom
But
right there.
you have to do because they failed twice. Well, at least Fox did.
Yeah, you gotta do Doom. You gotta do Doctor Doom right. And if you did Thanos right, you can get this right. But you
Hopefully.
gotta do Doom right.
I
So,
think Thanos
all
might
right,
be the leader.
let's run it back here. Let's see. So, Uncle Joe, props to you and yours for getting rid of the weed. Um, Tua, just let it go, dog. It ain't worth like getting your heart reset again. Let it go. Um, we do stand with the women of Iran. We will have more details and a real stance on that. Besides that blanket statement. Thanks, Brown. Kanye. I'm not even talking to Kanye at this point. Listen, all other black media outlets pretend this dude don't exist. It's probably better for all of us. Probably better for all of us. NBA, I'm happy NBA is back. Like I said, right now I got BK and Philly in the East. Um, I can't do it. I can't rightfully. I'm a LeBron fan. I can't rightfully do it. I'll go Clippers, Golden State out the West in the Western Conference Finals. I just really think the Clippers are going to shut a lot of people up. Um, Sleeper team is New Orleans in the West and Orlando in the East. And like I said, I got Rookie of the Year as being Ben Carroll. I think Black Adam is going to do some good numbers. Not a Billy because it's coming out when it's coming out. Not a Billy, but I'm thinking at least 650 to 750 million worldwide. You said See She Hulk was trash. I can't wait to watch and see if it really is or not because folks are saying Morbius. Like I said, folks are saying Morbius is trash. It wasn't totally trash, and Thor: Love and Thunder wasn't total trash. But we'll see. I hope they get Blade back to going. And yeah, go watch Hellraiser if you haven't already. Your recap, sir.
Yeah, buying weed. Yep. It's probably because he just forgot. He's so damn old, he forgot about the shit he did back then. That's why. Um, yeah. Tua, yeah, you probably should retire, but we all know you're not. So I guess try to keep yourself as safe as you possibly can, even though it's kind of out of your control. Well, not really, but at least when you're on the field. Yeah, stop giving Kanye a mic. He's not Wanye no more. He's Elliot. Um, the prediction. What did I say? I said in the East. I got Milwaukee and maybe Brooklyn or Milwaukee and I don't remember what I was at. Yeah. I'll just go with that. In the West, I got Golden State, Denver.
Old.
Telling you, Denver gonna be something serious if they stay healthy.
Okay.
Black Adam, I think he'll do well. I'm looking forward to seeing it. I'm seeing it Friday. Um, I haven't seen Hellraiser yet. She-Hulk, watermelon shit, and Blade. Uh, yeah, I'm worried. I'm on my worry meter. I'm at a 7.
Yikes. Well, that's everything, folks. Again, we will do our best to keep life from happening, but luckily life does keep happening for us. And ideally, we will be back, same bad time, same bad channel next week. Awesome to have you all back in the house and talk with you again. Thank you for joining us. On behalf of myself, my co-host, Yeah, I Said It podcast. Peace.
Yow.